Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid-September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. Gods and spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the bulls here? What's going on for Taurus? What energies, messages, insights can we have a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus in early to mid-September. Let's see what's going on. Please, let's get this first card out nice and quick. There we go. Ask and you shall receive. And we have Lady Luck here, my friends. And I always love when she shows up within a reading because it's rare that she does. Okay, and obviously this is probably my favorite oracle card. Just look how beautiful she is sitting there. So for a lot of you, whether you're going through rough things, good things, in between things, this is a beautiful sign, especially to start us off. Like regardless of how the reading elapses from here, that's great. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about Lady Luck over here. Now, if I were to tell you what she reminds me of with tarot, obviously it's the Wheel of Fortune. We see beautiful Lady Luck there. She's in front of a slot machine. There's four-leaf clovers, there's chips, there's dice, you name it. So some of you, yeah, maybe you're feeling a little gambly, might be wanting to try your luck with certain things. For a good chunk of you, this could be a good shift or good change in your luck. So whatever situations you're going through, it's like, okay, this might change and be at my benefit in one way or another. For a lot of you, it could be a lucky break. You might want to play the lotto when this is in the mix. So I really do like it. And yes, it reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter energy, lucky energy, expansive energy. So for the Taurus collective, we're already looking at a beautiful expansive energy right here on the front end. Now the reading, the rest of the way, it could go a couple different ways. Yeah, maybe we'll have a couple warnings. Maybe it'll be perfect from front to back, which rarely happens. But this tells me regardless, it's cool because luck is going to be on your side, spirit's on your side. So that's a great way to start. We're just going to put her down right there. Of course, she could represent karmic things and things shifting and changing quickly. But let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's see what shows up with the cards. And yeah, let's shuffle it up one time. What do we got here for the Taurus collective? And while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was titled A Serious Talk. There was a big focus around communication. Now, for a lot of you, whether this is a talk that you needed to have or wanted to have, maybe this is how someone else was feeling, it felt very much strict in its ways, like I'm about my business, this is what needs to happen. So there could have been little hints of planning involved there too. But it was a very straightforward type of communication I was picking up. And that could bleed over for a couple weeks. Maybe that's your style right now. Right? Maybe you're pulling no punches. But let's just see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Taurus, please. What is happening for my good friends? Thank you. Oh, all right. So we're starting this one off pretty good too. We got the Fool card. Your zodiacal neighbor Aries starting to show up here. And I always love when the Fool is the first card because it's the first of the major arcana. And it is starting something off. It's starting it off quick and fast. Let's get a couple more. What do we have here for Taurus? Thank you. Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, this, I don't want to get ahead of myself, Taurus, but I'm getting very amped about the energies I'm picking up of your reading this week. Let's get one more. One more for Taurus, please. Thank you. Okay, 5 of Wands. All right. So this does feel similar to like what I've been picking up in the other earth signs, where it's a bit of a mixed bag. Like we got some really great energies in the mix, but at the same time, it's not without a little difficulty on the back end. But let's just go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I'm looking down here. Obviously, the first thing I always take into account is the elements. On the split ends, we have fire. right? With the Fool and the Five of Wands. Now, fire is about taking action, things moving along. So if things have been a little stagnant for you, this is a good sign. Even water is a very movable type of energy. So I'm seeing progress, I'm seeing change, and things becoming unstuck. Now, this one is a little more aggressive. That's what I'm saying. Like, these two end energies are a little bit aggressive in their ways. So you might have a certain fire within you to get something done or to accomplish it. But let's just go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we are starting off with the Fool card, one of my favorite cards. Again, first card of the major arcana, Aries energy. So whether you're connected to an Aries, maybe you're on the cusp of Aries, that is your zodiacal neighbor. And the Fool is all about starting a journey, taking the first move, big action here. So it's coming in hot and it's coming in fast, and it is very fiery, and this is great for initiative, getting something going. For a lot of you, there's beautiful energy around new ventures, new cycles, new changes that you've been going through, especially with this Ace of Cups right next to it. Now, the Fool card does come with some warnings if you're not connected to an Aries. When I see this card, it is a little happy-go-lucky. Sometimes it could be a little careless. Spirit could be telling you, like, hey, be cautious. Don't do anything too spontaneous, because a big thing with this Fool card, it can be very spontaneous. Notice that it's always about to walk off a cliff. So it could be a little cautionary, like don't get carried away with something, or just slow and steady, which I know Taurus energy is very comfortable acting in that way. But everyone could be a little overzealous from time to time. Everybody could be a little reckless from time to time, but I'm not going to read that as a challenge until we see some clarifiers that really seal that deal for me. Now, getting to the center, we have another beauty of a card. We have the Ace of Cups. Lovely. Now, I always say all aces represent offers and opportunities. This one is no different. Now, when we're talking about the Cups realm, yes, it could be emotional offers. We could be going back to the realm of conversation, because this can be talking. Okay, so whether you're sharing your feelings with someone or vice versa, very important to just put it out there clearly. The Ace of Cups is a card of love, care, nurturing. This is a really, really positive energy. But again, for some of you, with the Fool card, there could be like a win or a victory on the horizon. We just need to see what the clarifiers say about it. Now, you know me, I always like to give you both sides of the coin. The Ace of Cups, if it shows up in reverse or the challenging side of it, it can represent challenges. It could represent very intense emotions, intense feelings. Some of you might be having issues in romance when this card shows up, but we're not really going to talk about that too much just yet. Now, moving to the back end, and let's just get that cup right next to the Fool, because he might be a little thirsty there in the center. We have the Five of Wands. Now, I always say with this card, you don't need to be an expert in tarot to understand what it means. We have the five people, they're going to battle. They're fighting it out. They're duking it out, and they're beating the crap out of each other with sticks. So, of course, this could be a card that represents conflict. Now, there's a lot of really good energy attached to this as well. I was saying initially, yes, it could be the determination to see something through. A lot of times, this will show up when Spirit's putting situations in front of us that we need to overcome. When Spirit's putting tests in front of us, we get Five of Wands energy, but it's can't stop, won't stop. It's moving forward in a very aggressive manner. So again, with all this fire energy, you might have a little more oomph to you. You might have a little more pep in your step, or a little more aggression to just accomplish something or get it going. But again, this could be somebody else, like especially with the mixture here, like we have this good energy. This could be someone you're connected to, where they could be a little angry, mad, or upset as well, because there is a lot of aggression here. And I'm already picking up that vibe that these energies might be a little splintered, where it's like these energies, that's totally something different than this one is from the outside coming in. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for my Taurus friends, please. Guides and spirit team, what's going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Fool. What's this initiator type of energy? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Fool card, what's up? Why is it here? What's this action about? Thank you. Two of Swords, completely out of nowhere. I picked up a very similar thing at the beginning of the Capricorn reading. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. So for a lot of you, this could be some clarity about a situation coming in, okay? Especially if you've been going through something that's been a little confusing or you're a little unsure about it. When I see the Fool and the Two of Swords, it's like, okay, I know what I need to do now. Let's go. All right, or I know what needs to happen. Let's get a move on here. So watch out for a little impatience. But again, we're moving forward in a very positive way. Remember, the Two of Swords, aside from the confusion, is one of the biggest cards of mystery. Okay, so when I see it flip up in reverse under a very positive card like the Fool, this can also be an unexpected or a surprising win. Like this could be a big victory coming your way, and it's like popping up out of nowhere, which is very good. So I feel like those are the two main messages. For some of you, if you are going through some problematic things, this is a lot of clarity and understanding coming in and just saying, you know what, all right, I understand it. This is what I need to do about it. Let's go. Let's get it moving. But again, for a good chunk of you, I feel like this could be an unexpected or surprising win, especially since we had Lady Luck in the very beginning. So it's like luck is shifting to your side, which is really nice. And if you're a cross watcher watching for a Taurus, just know your situation could have that little touch of luck as well. So something could go surprisingly well. Let's keep moving forward. I don't want to get stuck here. I feel like the energy came through very simple, straightforward. Let's see what that Ace of Cups has to say. I mean, the one that I really want to get to is that Five of Wands, just to distinguish whether this is really good or if it's something you need to watch out for. But let's see why the Ace of Cups is here. I don't see Taurus energy wanting to waste any time as well. That's another thing I just have to mention. Not like Taurus is clock watcher type of energy. I just feel it's like, all right, well, I don't want to waste any time. Like something needs to happen. It needs to happen like right away. Okay, so watch out for impatience. But why is this Ace of Cups here? Thank you. The Moon. So this is like a double down in this energy for those of you, if you're connected to Pisces or Cancer, the Moon is their card showing up here. Beautiful connection here with this watery emotion in the center. And I feel like it's a double down of what we had here in the front. So if this message didn't seal the deal, this one does, and it might be multiple. I feel for a lot of Tauruses, it's going to be like a snowball effect where something great or the situation you're dealing with, there's going to be a good turn, and then it's going to snowball from there and just continue compounding in a positive way. So we're talking like win after win. We're talking doubling up, which is really fantastic. Now, the Moon shares a lot of the energies that we saw here with the Two of Swords. They're very similar, except this one is much more intense. Even though it's a subtle energy, there's a lot more mystery surrounding it. Okay, and yeah, also I will say this for a lot of you with the Ace of Cups and the Moon card, a lot of you could feel something in your intuition. Just know like you could be extra sensitive to these subtle spiritual energies. So whether you feel like it's spirit side trying to connect with you, or you just feel something in the air. I feel for the Taurus collective, your empathy, your gifts, your intuition are going to be heightened in this time. But again, this is also a double down of what we had here in the front, that unexpected, surprising winner victory energy straight up. And it feels good. And some of you might feel it coming. Like even if it doesn't, even if it hasn't appeared yet, or even if it hasn't come to fruition, to me, it's somebody looking forward with optimism. Like, yeah, any minute, any day now, it's going to happen. Like, I don't know how, I don't know when, but it's going to happen. Like, it's giving me that vibe. So great, beautiful, lovely energy here in the first two. So, and again, it feels like it's compounding. It's like when this good turn or this winner victory happens out of nowhere, another one. It's like one leads to the next. So it's like good after good. Let's move in on that Five of Wands. So far, this is one of the better readings I've had for you in quite a while, my friends. So let's see why that Five of Wands is here. And we will do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Five of Wands in the mix for Taurus, please? Really, really like these. And there it is. There it is to seal the deal. My friends, I only read jumpers. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright underneath the Five of Wands. So something that may seemingly look like it's already a loss is going to have like a turnaround. Okay, like if you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do about that, we're just going to write that off as a loss. It's like there's a last second turnaround as well, which is beautiful. So it's like we have this lovely energy for you. I don't know if it's something going on in the astrological transits or if it's just the energy in general. I know Virgo season, which we're in right now, that's one of your fellow Earth signs. So there might be certain aspects happening, but I'm telling you, Taurus, out of all the zodiac I've read for this week, you guys have the luckiest energy. okay, where like random spouts of good luck could be affecting you in various situations, because now it's a triple down. So the Wheel of Fortune is a lot of the stuff I was saying about Lady Luck in the beginning. I link this to Sagittarius or Pisces energy as well. When I see the Wheel of Fortune, of course, it can be karmic. This could represent, cycles that you've been going through. And when we have the Five of Wands with this, could be spirit saying like, all right, you're coming out of a cycle of conflict into something a lot more prosperous. That could be really nice. But it's something that moves suddenly. It's something that moves quickly. And if there are any issues or problems that pop up in this time, I feel like you're going to shake them off really quick. Okay, so yeah, there is this little bit of a problematic energy that could be coming from the outside, but I feel you shaking that off very, very quickly. And again, Lady Luck, that beautiful, expansive Jupiter energy. I feel like this reading overall is very claimable. Not to say that you're untouchable, but when we have compounding wins and victories popping up out of nowhere, and then we have you shrugging off problems, like a football player stiff arms people, it's like giving me that vibe. If anything's approaching or slowing you down, I really think you can make big progress in a lot of areas in life, Taurus. Very exciting type of stuff, and luck is on your side. Luck is absolutely on your side, my friends. This is very, very beautiful. Okay, very exciting as well. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card, because I feel like I can continue to read messages here for you. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Fool card with the Two of Swords in reverse. I feel for some of you, whether it is that unexpected winner victory that sparks things off, we got the fire and air. It is explosive, and I do feel like it's going to happen. But for another portion of you, you could have some clarity about a situation and you're ready to do something about it, or you're ready to move forward. There's a lot of aggressive, forward-moving fire energy, so just know you might be running a little hotter than normal. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Cups with the Moon in the upright. Very intuitive. Your intuition, your empathy, heightened sense and connection to spirit showing up here in a very powerful way. But again, this is the compounding, unexpected winner victory type of energy, where it's like one after another, where this one leads to that one. Moving to the back end, we seal the deal with the Five of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So for a lot of you, you could be coming out of a cycle that's been a little trying and a little tough on you. But for another portion of you, I feel you just like stiff-arming the competition, stiff-arming any problems or situations. Like you could shrug them off easier in this time. Not that they're not going to show up, but I just feel like you can manage them much easier because you have this lucky, beautiful energy on your side, which is very claimable. I really love this. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And of course, like there's other messages we could pull, like, oh, hidden feelings, or someone that has feelings and they haven't brought them out yet. For some of you, it could be a confession of some sort. But I feel like the main energy of compounding wins and overall luck is really nice. So let's get you a shadow card here. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, shadow card time. What do we got here for Taurus, please? In the shadows. What do we have? Thank you. Five of Swords. So for some of you, I think in this time, and I will say this, the Five of Swords, it can be seen as a selfish card. For some of you, you may have had past dealings and history with individuals that were very selfish and narcissistic that may have left a mark on you. And that could be something that Spirit might want you to reflect on in this time. But the first thing that was coming through to me when I saw this Five of Swords, it doesn't always have to be worst case scenario. No card ever has to be worst case scenario. To me, it's like, all right, now could be a time where you need to do what's right for yourself. Okay, because this is a card of the self. It very determined, like this Five of Wands. This Five of Swords is like, okay, you just need to do right by yourself, or do what's right for your situation. And it's not always selfish, right? Like we could do things with caring and empathy and all that stuff, but I feel like you need to make sure you're okay first. If you could take care of yourself, then you could take care of those that you care about, right? Like, but if you're down in the dumps, how are you going to help those around you? That's kind of the energy it's picking up to me. But for those of you, if you have had scars with individuals that were very self-focused, you might want to look at that a little bit in this time. So yeah, Taurus, I mean, I would say for the most part, great reading from front to back. And that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the beautiful Wizard's Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.